Hey, I'm drawing faces again today. I'm going to warm up. I'm going to do a couple 1, 2, 3 minute studies. Just get my hand loosened up, get my brain shifted, get my creative sensitivities all tuned in. And then I'm going to shift over. I'm going to do a 15 to 20 minute study of a portrait. And I'm going to go into my Pinterest board. I have a bunch of new faces listed in there. Looks like my first one is one I've already done in the previous tutorial, but some others are there and we're ready to rock and roll. So let's get started. All right, I have a whole set of tools here. I've got this charcoal pencil. I got a charcoal pencil here. This one's sharpened with a pencil sharpener with an X-Acto knife. I have my little sandpaper pad. I've sharpened both of these. This is compressed charcoal, the traditional kind, and this is a kind of one that has a little coating on it. So I have my Pinterest board open and we're ready to rock and roll. So let's get started. Again, this is the same process as in my warm-up tutorial. Just going through the process again before I get started on the 15 to 20 minute sketch, warming up my eye, my hand-eye coordination, my measurements. All sorts of good things can happen with this, and I'm working as fast as I can. I sped this video up. You've seen the real time, how long it normally takes. I think I'm spending 2 to 3 minutes on each one of these, and we'll just keep going, building a new face in different angles, and that's the whole idea. Just do one, move on. Don't worry about it being good. Just practice those things and make those judgments and those decision-making things become second nature. And the more you practice it, the better these sketches will get over time. Right now, let's say our second class period doing these quick warm-ups, right? So they're going to be pretty bad. They're going to be pretty wonky until you start getting that sensitivity developed by sheer volume and sheer practice of this process. I'll be posting out to my posts tab on my channel all these photos that I'm using for this warm-up, so you can download them and use them yourselves, practice with them, or go out to Pinterest and set up your own boards and start grabbing faces and angles and things that you'd like to work with. But if you want to, you can just download these, work with them, practice, warm up with them, 2 to 3 minutes each, and just go after it and practice. Get those hand-eye coordination skills developed and refined and tuned up. Everything will start looking a lot better after you warm up. Remember, that first head is always the iffy one. So it'll, even in that 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you're going to be doing all these different warm-up heads. You're going to see improvement from the first to the last. And if you're a new viewer, I do have links to my Loomis Method drawing PDFs on my website. The links are in the video description. I have the drawing heads and hands and figure drawing for all it's worth. 2 really great books on the method, written by Loomis himself. He goes into extreme detail on how to draw the figure using his method. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of good reading. It'll keep you busy for quite a while. So get out there, download them, and enjoy and have fun with them. All right, so we've warmed up with 5 heads. I mean, that is a minimum number to work on. Spend a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even up to an hour practicing and warming up with various poses, various angles, and keep it within a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, even up to a 5-minute pose on these quick warm-ups, and then you're going to be ready for your 15-minute sketch, and that's what we're getting started on right now. So this is a portrait of an older man, so there's a lot of character to work with in this piece. I'm building out the structure using the Loomis method, finding all those reference points and dropping in the facial features, working quickly, and definitely work with charcoal. Charcoal's a better medium to be doing these 15-minute sketches than graphite. It forces your hand to be a little looser. You can work quicker. You can add tone and value and all of that good stuff very quickly using charcoal. And I'm working real hard to get the facial features into the right spots, the right locations, and the right shapes. I've sped this up as well, so this is about 2 times the normal speed, but I did spend about 20 minutes on this sketch. And in class with my students up at the university, I'll spend maybe an hour, especially at the beginning of the semester. We'll spend maybe an hour or an hour and a half just doing 15-20 minute sketches of portraits just to practice, build that rep cycle, putting in our reps, building that creative muscle, that observational skill, all the things that you need to be able to properly construct a face. And I'm just going to bounce around this whole piece. I'm focusing on the front plane of his face with the nose, the eyes, the mouth, and really get those things locked into location. And I'll come after and add in contrast, detail, structure, and tone and start doing the modeling towards the end of the 15-20 minutes. And all the fun stuff really starts happening towards that last 5 minutes. So So I really took my time trying to get that front plane of his face, the nose, the eyes, the brow, the lips and everything properly positioned. And then I began adding in some tone, getting the values, the modeling to happen. So we were starting to create a sense of three-dimensionality. And now I'm going after the rest of the head and really kind of pulling it all together, and now focusing on the value, the modeling. And on the back end of the drawing, the last 5 minutes, I'm working on popping in the deepest, darkest blacks, the contrast, the structure, defining edges, and just wrapping up this sketch and getting ready. You'll be ready to start and jump into another one as soon as you're done with this. And that's an important thing to do, is to jump directly over to another one. And you're going to see that that one's going to be just like in the 1 to 3 minute sketches. Your first 15-minute drawing will be the worst one. Your later ones will be the better ones. I was probably about 25 minutes on that sketch, and it's a good foundation for extending it into a longer pose if you were doing it on good paper. So warm up with the 15 minutes. Do a couple of those. Sit down for an hour and do 4 of them. And you're going to see a lot of improvement on your ability to gauge proportions and shapes and modeling and everything with just doing these quick ones before you move into long 1 hour, 2 hour poses. So give this a try, see how it works. Let me know how it turns out. Drop me a comment on this video. I do have free Loomis PDF downloads on my website. The link's in the description. And if you got any value out of this video, please give me a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you in the next drawing tutorial.